Hey guys, Remy here. Welcome to my show Play by Play. Today, we're Monday, October the 23rd, 2017. A full quarter of the entire soccer season has been played. I think it's a great time to decide who is the best team in Europe as of now. In order to pick the best team in Europe, I decide on one rule. You have to be on top of your league. I picked the 5 best leagues in Europe: France, Italy, Spain, England, and Germany. The team I have in consideration as the best team in soccer right now in Europe are Barcelona, PSG, Dortmund, Napoli, and Manchester City. Number 5. Dortmund ranked number 5 in the best team in Europe. They are the only leading team in their championship with a loss. So just for that, I'm putting them behind the 4 other teams. Number 4. Paris Saint-Germain and the I always forgot. I think it's MCM or MNC. I'm pretty sure MCM. Mbappe, Cavani, and Neymar ranked number 4. Well, they had a pretty terrible game over the weekend against Marseille. It's the most heated derby in France. And without a score from Cavani at the last minute from a free kick, it would have been a loss. So it's kind of a miracle that Paris Saint-Germain was able to save 1 point at Marseille. They also show some sign of difficulties in their passing game, offensive game, or even their defensive game. Overall, a pretty terrible game from PSG. Number 3. Now Barcelona ranked number 3. They're still unbeaten in the Liga, but they had a pretty difficult win over the weekend against Malaga, who is ranked last in the Liga. And one of their goals should not have counted because the ball was outside the line right before the last pass. Number 2. Napoli is number 2 in my ranking. Why? Well, first, they drew over the weekend against Inter Milan, who's still ranking number 2 in the Serie A. So not a terrible result, even though the game was at home. The reason I put them second, it's because they faced my number 1. And they lost during the Champions League. So they are a great team. They're doing an amazing job in Serie A, but if they are to face my number 1, we know they will lose. Sorry, Napoli fans. Napoli is ranking number 2 for me. The number 1? Manchester City is definitely the best team in Europe right now. They scored 12 goals in the last 3 games. They beat Chelsea at Chelsea about 3 weeks ago. They beat Napoli in European Champions League. So there's definitely no team that compared to Manchester City as of today. Is it gonna change? Who knows? They have to stay healthy. They have to keep improving because come February, March, that's when the great teams like Juventus, Real Madrid, Barcelona, that's when really they get on top of the European soccer. So as of now, they are the best team, but they need to keep going. So just to remind you, this is my ranking of the first of the best 5 teams in Europe after a quarter of the season. Manchester City, best team in Europe. Napoli, doing great job, especially in Serie A. Barcelona, always there, no matter what. PSG, well, those millions, they have to make them work. You know, they spend so much money that something has to click. It hasn't clicked yet. But who knows? And Dortmund, I mean, they're on top of Bundesliga, so for sure they are a contender to be one of the best teams in Europe. So what do you guys think? What's your ranking? Who would you rank the best team in Europe after a quarter of a season? Would you change anything to what I said? Anyway, see you then. Until next time.